Welcome to Part 3 of Neuroscience Study Guide covering Intro to Neuroscience, Regional Anatomy, Neurons and Glial Cells and Synapses. Let's get this party started. What neurotransmitter deficiency is associated with Alzheimer's disease? The answer is acetylcholine. What is meningitis and its symptoms? The answer is inflammation of the meninges that is usually caused by bacteria, virus, and sometimes fungi. Symptoms include confusion, high fever, intense headache, light sensitivity, stiff neck, nausea, and vomiting. What is the Broca's area? The answer is motor speech area of the brain. What cells form the myelin sheath in the CNS? The answer is Schwann cells. What neurotransmitter is associated with excitotoxicity and neuron cell death in ALS? The answer is glutamate. What's the function of microglia? The answer is phagocytized dead tissue, microorganisms, and foreign matter in the CNS. Aid in synaptic remodeling. What glial cells produce CSF? The answer is ependymal cells. What cells form the myelin sheath in the PNS? The answer is Schwann cells. What is the function for the neurotransmitter endorphins and encephalitis? The answer is decreases pain perception. What cells can assist with axon regeneration in the PNS? The answer is Schwann cells. What is an action potential? The answer is quick changes in voltage across a cell membrane that cause an action. What is the significance of the resting membrane potential? Describe differences in charge. The answer is at rest, neurons have the potential to do work if stimulated. Cytoplasm is more negative and extracellular fluid is more positive. Polarity at rest creates voltage, electrical potential energy / potential to do work. IPSVs cause blank. The answer is hyperpolarization. Name the dominant extracellular cation when a neuron is at rest. The answer is sodium. Name the dominant intracellular cation when a neuron is at rest. The answer is potassium. Differentiate between receptor potential and postsynaptic potential. Receptor potential is change when a sensory receptor is excited by a stimulus. Postsynaptic potential occurs when a neurotransmitter is released from a presynaptic neuron at a synapse. What types of potentials vary in strength and are reversible? The answer is graded potential. What is the function for the neurotransmitter glycine? The answer is inhibition of spinal cord. What happens if depolarization reaches a threshold voltage? The answer is a flood of sodium enters the axon and completely depolarizes the neuron, causing an action potential. What is myasthenia gravis? How is the NMJ affected? The answer is an autoimmune disorder that inhibits acetylcholine from binding, causing muscle weakness and fatigue. Receptors are blocked by antibodies. What connects the cerebral hemispheres? The answer is corpus callosum. What ion causes depolarization? The answer is sodium. What's the purpose of refractory periods? The answer is a state of recovery that occurs after a neuron has fired an action potential and important for limiting the rate at which action potentials can be generated, ensuring unidirectional flow of depolarization. How does the CNS interpret action potentials? The answer is the frequency of action potentials generated by neurons per second creates coded system. What two major pairs of arteries in the neck supply blood to the brain? The answer is internal carotid arteries and vertebral arteries. If a drug blocks serotonin reuptake at a synapse, what would be the effect on neuronal communication? Explain your reasoning. The answer is it keeps a higher concentration of serotonin in the synaptic cleft and enhances effect on the postsynaptic neuron. What structure is a major reflex center? The answer is spinal cord. What structures make up the PNS? The answer is cranial and spinal nerves. What type of axons do not regenerate if damaged? The answer is central nervous system axons. How do topical anesthetics reduce pain sensation? The answer is block sodium channels, preventing depolarization and prevent action potential from being generated. What is a synapse? The answer is a place where neurons communicate with other cells such as other neurons, muscle cells, and glands. Thanks for watching. Part 4 coming soon.